Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here. And before we get started, let's get shout-outs out of the way. Today's shout-out goes to Naval NDG. Naval NDG was the first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins this shout-out. So what do I got for you today? I got for you a box today. No, this is the new Eachine US65, also available as UK65. And why the word US or UK? Well, let's take a look at it here. First, let's take it out of the box first and just put it up here on top so you can see it. But if you notice, this thing is heavily decorated. This one is decorated with the US flag all over it. Again, there is a UK version with the UK flag. And if this drone becomes more popular, I'm sure they'll have different versions for many other countries available on Eachine. In addition to its looks, the reason why I was interested in it is, if you look closely here, we have brushless motors on this little whoop, this little 65mm whoop. So that gives us plenty of power. You know, both indoors and outdoors. I'm going to be flying this outdoors actually to demonstrate it here. But in addition to this the brushless motors are SE0603 KV19000 motors, very high-speed motors, being powered through a 6-amp ESCs on board the flight control board. It's built into the flight control board on this little thing. Speaking of that flight control board, it's a Crazy Beef 3FR flight control board loaded up with Crazy Beef 3.4.0. Okay, dated 8 July, so it's a relatively recent version of software on board the flight control board. The Fpv system on this is a 700 TVL camera with transmission of FPV through a 48-channel 25 milliwatt video transmitter. The video transmitter does include smart audio. That's the word I was looking for here. And with that in mind, it also has OSD. Now that OSD can control various things on the drone, such as the video transmitter frequencies and the power levels. Actually, I think this only has 25 milliwatt power level. I'm sorry about that. But the 48 channels of the transmitter can be switched using on-screen display. You can also adjust the PIDs on this drone in the field or in your home without going into Beta Flight or any of the other flight control software configurator programs. Let's see, this is also powered. I haven't gone over the batteries for this. Mine came with, in addition to this this battery charger I'm going to talk about here shortly, but mine came with 3 little 250 milliamp hour LiHV batteries, which means their highest voltage is 4.35 volts. So you're going to need an LiHV charger, and you are going to need 3 of these because this little drone really sucks the juice from these batteries. Okay, these batteries don't last very long in flight, so you're going to want multiple copies of these batteries to throw into this drone to keep you flying. And I mentioned it was LiHV batteries. You are going to need an LiHV charger. Unfortunately, this one did come with an LiHV charger. It's actually very nice. It can charge both LiHV or LiPo batteries at the flick of a switch. They got each one of these charging ports. You can charge up to 6 batteries. Has a switch to switch between LiPo and LiHV. In addition, it can be powered through an external power source through a wall plug, say power source, or you can use a LiPo battery, a large LiPo battery with an XT60 connector, and plug it in out in the field and charge it up. In addition, it also has a USB port, and this isn't for input. I'm pretty sure this is an output port, 5-volt output port for charging, say, your phone through this charger. What else? This is what you get spare parts. In terms of spare parts, you get 4 spare propellers, a couple rubber bands, propeller puller, a couple extra tiny screws for the canopy. You're going to need those. And I said rubber bands and a screwdriver, so that's about it. So that's what you get in the box. Let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it flies. So hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, I have got it bound to my T8SG. I have the Frsky version inside there. And I set up my arm switches as such. Down is be armed, and this is angle, horizon, and that one would be acro. So let's go, and we're going to start off and arm it and start off in angle mode and take it to the air. Now notice this little battery here. You get a lot of lag from that battery. Let's push it a bit. A lot of lag, and notice in the I should be recording the FPV video from this, but you'll notice significant or not lag. What do you call that? Sag, SAG, power sag from the battery. Even though it has that, I'm going to continue flying even down to 3.1 volt, and the reason being, as long as I keep it above 3 volts, it should be okay. Okay, once it gets down to 3 volts, then I'm going to drop it, and you'll notice that once I stop power from this battery, you know, I stop the motors, the battery voltage shoots up again. So it, you know, that's just not realistic voltage you're seeing. You're seeing the voltage under power, and that's sag, voltage sag. So I just want to show you it up close, show it flying, bring it up again, close again. Okay, I'm going to pop a new battery in here. We're going to take it for FPV flight. So hope you enjoy the second part of this flight. I like my shirt today, folks. Okay, let's take this up for its acro flight. I'm using my FXT goggles. I really like these goggles. It's just a superb picture compared to my other goggles that I've been using in the past. Okay, going to acro and arming it and taking it to the air. Yeah, let's see how we got. How this flies. Not too bad. Okay, I want to take it up. Let's take it up higher. The reason I want to go up higher is do that. Yeah, we'll bring it. I just want to get a feel for it. Now notice this has RSSI also. It's not just what am I trying to say here? For the OSD, not just battery voltage. We're also seeing the voltage, or the RSSI signal, which is cool. Come on, I can go through there. No, I can't. Okay, I'm ignoring the land now, if you notice. Why am I ignoring the land now? Because, you know, that's not real voltage. We're having voltage sag right now. And that's the sag that you see. There, I got through. Let's go up higher again. And cool little drone, huh? Okay, when it gets down to 3.10, I start to worry. Okay, it's almost time for us to land. Yeah, I better land it right now. I'm going to pop one more battery in it, since we got 3. Okay, hold on. I'll throw another battery and we'll continue flying. Hold on. Okay, we're going to continue flying here with the third battery. I flew this in acro, but I want to try this in stab. And the reason being, when you're flying indoors, especially under tables and things like that, flying in stabilized mode, you can get much more precise control. And the reason I want to say that is, I want to try something. Okay, notice I'm ignoring the low battery. Okay, but flying it stabilized like this, we can try do things like this. Very precise flying in stabilized mode. So, you know, don't poo-poo stabilized. You can't. It does come into play, especially when you'd want to do very, very precise flying. Let me see if I can go up and through and down and up. Now, if I would have done that in non-stabilized mode, I'd be crashed there. Okay, that would have been the end of the flight. My dog's looking over this way. What's over here? Nothing. Okay, going up and over the trees. What type of speed can I get out of this thing and stabilize? Not very fast. Well, there we go. Okay, let me try to go this way. Okay, we're at 3.2 volts. We're going to finish it off. I'm going to go back up again. And I'm going to acro. No, I'm not going to acro. I just disarmed it. Let's take off again. That wasn't acro. I disarmed it. Oh, now I got to land now. That's the end of the flight. So we're going to call it quits here. I'm going to bring it in. There we go, on the pad. So that's the US65. Neat little drone. Thank you, hon. Again, winter is coming. Your folks out there are going to be wanting to fly indoors. This would be a good choice. So hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.